So before you sit, Parvati, exactly how tall are you?
First of all, very good evening to one and all, and it's beautiful to be in Shillong at this time of the year. It's the second time I'm in Shillong, and each time it just mesmerizes me even more. And I would like to come to this state, this part of the country, which is neglected now in the news for because of a lot of good reasons than bad. I would like to come back here as many times as possible and see this beautiful city and see the beautiful people flourish and do well. Uh, and coming back to you, first of all, I would like to thank for pronouncing my name correct. Everyone gets the Parvati bit right, but Omanakuttan is something which they find as a tongue twister, but she managed it quite well.
I know what it feels like to not have your name
Thank you
pronounced
so much.
correctly.
And one more correction. If you've checked on Wikipedia about my birth date, that's a wrong birth date.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, so...
That's why they say never trust Google.
Not completely ever. So it's 13th of March. That's my birthday. And
Okay, then several months belatedly, but happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right, now you can sit.
Thank you.
So what we're going to do is we're going to make this really interactive. We'll have a couple of sessions, a couple of questions that I'll ask her. I'm sure some of you would have questions, if not about pageants, then other things. Then you can ask her a couple of questions. Let me start by asking you, since you're that tall, have you found that men are intimidated by your height?
Yes, of course. And I just faced that a couple of minutes ago while you were taking the photos because none of the men wanted me to stand beside them. They were like, no, you must sit. It was not out of respect, but because I looked taller in front of them.
So what's the silliest thing that has happened because of your height?
Silliest thing, there are a lot of incidences because, people kind of look at me as if I'm some, alien or something. But for me, because I've been in the fashion industry and I'm always amongst girls who are taller than me. In fact, I'm not very tall. I'm just 5'9".
That's it?
That is it.
Just 5'9"?
That's it. So, for me, it's not a big deal to wear heels or to look the way I look because. The way people look at you, like from upar se niche, the way they scan you, you feel like, okay. I mean, it feels quite weird, So I face that on a very regular basis.
So where do you get it from? Your parents, very tall?
Yes, I would like to thank my parents for the way I look because I've inherited good genes from them. My mom is taller than me, by the way. So. Yeah, so I get the height from her.
Great. Okay, so tell us about, the thing is that there was a time when the Miss India contest was huge. It was massive.
Yeah.
Like when someone became a Miss India, everyone knew about her. She was spoken about. Everyone followed every detail of when she's going for the Miss World pageant. But why has it suddenly lost its sheen? I don't know. How many of you know who the Miss India was last year, for example? What happened?
I mean, you're very, very right when you say that, Padmaja, because I, as a child, had a dream to become a Miss India, having watched Miss India. I used to follow Miss India every year. And I still remember as a 6-year-old, 6.5, 7-year-old, watching the 1993 Miss World and Miss Universe pageant, and I said that when I grow old enough to, participate, I want to become a Miss India. I want to represent my country in an international platform. And sadly to say, nowadays, there are not many girls who go up there and perform and, can stand, in the top 5 or top 3 or top 10. I fail to understand why, because I think, when I went for Miss World, I was someone who would not pay too much attention to the way I looked, or to do makeup, or to do updo my hair every time. Being prim and proper was not what I was. That is something which I am not as a person. But if I could place second, I think a lot of girls can, because if you have that dream in you, if you have that, and I think everyone today here who's spoken has said that if you really have that dream, go ahead. You aim for the sky, at least you land on the roof. But we don't do that. And yes, one thing is very important that needs to be addressed is the fact that India doesn't, as a country, give too much, leverage to fashion shows or beauty pageants, because I have seen, because I'm from the media, a lot of people look down upon models or actresses or actors because they feel that it's not a good industry to be part of, But good things and bad things happen everywhere. It's not just the fashion industry, or it's not just the TV or the films. Bad things happen everywhere.
Or that they're just clothes horses, won't have an opinion or a personality.
Exactly. So I think it's a very big topic to discuss on why India doesn't place in a pageant, because we don't get that support.
But there was also some, the time when Sushmita Sen, Aishwarya Rai, Yukta Mukhi, Priyanka Chopra,
Diana Hayden.
In that whole phase, there were like so many conspiracy theories doing the rounds about, how the cosmetic giants, they wanted to enter India. So, they were fixing all of this. But how do you explain that coincidence? That suddenly there was a spate, where suddenly Indian women were so beautiful that the whole world recognized them. And now
even now, Padmaja, when I went for Miss World, there is an awe that they look at you. Just because you belong to a country like India, where we are a country which says that we are unity in diversity, where we talk about culture, values, traditions, and I think every contestant looks up to you, and that's in itself a respect that you get. I mean, like Ajay Jadeja just said that you don't need to always be number one, in the eyes of the media. But if a fan just comes and talks to you for a few seconds, you won it. That is what makes an impact.
And that lady is a perfect answer. Okay, let's talk about lighter things, because when we had Vivek Oberoi in the morning, he said that like every actor, he prepares in acting classes, and they make them do the most ridiculous things. Earlier, Ranveer Singh had spoken to us and said, "Sir, aap aisa wala dance karo, aise karo." Do things like that happen when you're training to be a model as well? Like,
yes, of course. That starting with the walk. When we are taught how to walk on the ramp, we are told that imagine a line, a straight line, and you have to walk, imagining that you're walking on that line. That is how you catwalk. But I think, over the years, and having walked for almost all the top designers in the country, and a lot of international designers across India and around the world, I would say what matters is your confidence. It doesn't matter whether you're fair, you're dark, you're tall, you're short, or how you look. It is just the confidence you exude when you're on ramp. I think if you have the ability to catch on the attention of the onlookers, you're there.
I can't let this opportunity go. Since you mentioned the whole catwalk classes, you also won the Miss Catwalk when you won the Miss Femina Miss India South.
Yes.
Can you do it for us?
Well, this is a very small place, but like I said, I mean, I think I catwalk. It's so ingrained in me. The way I stand, the way I walk is also like I feel like I'm walking on a ramp.
Come on, just a little bit, the little space that
you walk with me then.
Guys, can we show a little enthusiasm? I mean, no wonder she doesn't want to catwalk.
So when you walk, you just walk looking straight. You never look down. You don't look up. You look straight. So your look has to be straight. So if I am standing here, I'm not looking on the first row. I'm looking at the last row. So I am addressing everybody in the hall. So that is main. Second is the confidence that you exude when you walk. So if you're walking straight, you just walk. So,
And that only looks deceptively simple because when you'll go home and you'll try it in front of the mirror, you're likely to fall flat on your face. How did she do it? Also, you were talking about how it doesn't matter what the color of your skin is. But let's face it, it does. I mean,
what I said was when you're on the ramp. I did not say off the ramp.
but how many people who don't really fit into that image make it to the ramp? Most of the models, maybe not so much now, but at least a majority of the models fit into that one stereotype.
No, Padmaja. If you look on to the leading models of our country who have made it really big, have all been dusky, have all been of wheatish complexion. Though we are a country who are fascinated of being fair, like a lot of people look at me and say, "Oh, you're a South Indian. You don't look like a South Indian." I say, "What is with the looks?" Because I don't have a dark skin. I have small eyes. My hair is crimped now, so it looks curly, but it's straight. So people don't really associate me as someone who comes from the south. Or like Zarifa Di mentioned that she's always been asked that, "Oh, you're from Assam. You don't look Assamese." So we have a prejudice about people who belong to particular states with reference to their accent, with reference to the way they dress up, with reference to the way they appear. That makes a lot of sense when you talk about it outside, but when you're in the industry, when you're in the fashion industry, be it photographers, be it designers, and I think even from a perspective of someone who's watching fashion shows, most of the models who have made it big, male or female, have been of darker complexion.
And they get as much work.
Yes, and they
work.
get more work than fairer models, and I think that's a great thing. It's not about color anymore. I mean, we have to work beyond that. We are a country, unfortunately, that sells more fairness
Fair and
creams,
Lovely.
and I endorse one of them also. But it's just not about the color of the skin that stops you from being what you are or what you want to be.
Okay, questions? Please raise your hands. Okay,
Yes.
you can raise only one. That's sufficient. Very quickly, can we get another mic to him?
Thank you. Yeah, hello.
Hi.
Hi, Miss India 2008.
Also Miss World first runner-up. But my name is Parvati.
Parvati, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
It's like my question to you today is like, what's your opinion about the natural look, like of a girl especially? I mean, everyone here knows a girl takes so much time to apply makeup and all that.
What's your opinion about natural look?
Natural is always beautiful.
Yeah, good. So that's exactly what I believe in, and that's what I follow, because I'm a person who doesn't like too much of makeup on my face, and every time we have fashion shows or we have to go out, look presentable because that's what our profession is. As soon as I'm back to my house, I make sure that every drop of makeup is off my face, and because I don't feel like it's me. So I think it's always important to exude the beauty that you naturally have, and be proud about it, and not be insecure. And I think I completely endorse simplicity and being natural.
And just by the way, how much time did you spend gelling your hair? Is it naturally like that?
No. What he does is he just gets up and he just puts his finger into the socket and he has his look ready.
Any other questions? Yeah, that lady here.
Yeah, I think you wanted to ask? Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
How far do you think the fashion industry is sexist? And how far does it accommodate us, a woman or a person, not necessarily woman? How far does it accommodate someone who does not fit into the stereotypes? When we see beauty pageants or say the spate of advertisements, it is more centered towards objectifying persons rather than bringing about the humanity of us. So what is your comment on sexism or of that the advertisement industry endorses, being a person belonging to that very industry?
Yeah, I mean, I myself ask that question a lot of time to people, but then I don't consider myself the right person to answer it because I don't make ads. But yeah, I mean, what you said is true because be it films or be it ads or the medium of or television, which showcases people. It tries to showcase the main, what you call it, the brand ambassador or the person endorsing a particular product as being someone who is above all of us. You look up to them, and therefore you think that, oh, if that person is using that product, let me try. That is the basic idea that every product works on. So yes, I mean, they would want the best person to endorse a particular product. But I think there are also brands which use people who are normal in the sense that housewives or, people whom you see on a daily basis. There are brands who endorse that as well. So we are changing, but, like if the products will only sell if you think that oh, that person, oh, that I'm someone whom I really admire, so I think I should also use that product. That is the philosophy that it works on. So there is nothing to do with sexism or prejudice or bias. But yes, when we talk about beauty pageants, there is a certain criteria, there is a certain height that a girl or a boy needs to have in order to represent a country in an international platform. Because when I went to Miss World, like I was like, for the first 1 minute, I felt that I was some 6'5" or 6'6". But no, but there are girls who come from different countries who are 6'3", 6'2". So there has to be a certain height criteria. If you're not above 5'7", you would look odd if you stand beside them. So there is a certain rule for every sport. There's a certain rule for every game. Therefore, we have a certain rule for beauty pageants as well.
But is there any product, film, advertisement that you just couldn't do because it made you uncomfortable, or you didn't fundamentally agree with what it was trying to say or what it stood for?
I have not been approached by any such brands, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't endorse something which I don't believe in.
Which is like what, for example?
For example, I think cola drinks, though they though they sell a lot in our country, I think that's something which I refrain from, and therefore I wouldn't want to endorse it.
Boy, that's like a several lakh rupee contract.
A crore, yeah, more, yeah, in crores. If tomorrow if I become a superstar, and yeah, I mean, that's something. But I'm a person who likes to call a spade, so I'm being honest about what I feel.
Okay, speaking of superstar, now you're also an actress now, and you're doing Pizza with Bijoy Nambiar. What is it? Why is it called Pizza?
To know that, I think you all should watch the movie.
Come
We
on,
are in the final leg.
that's such a
No,
promo
but I
line.
would no, but I will also tell you what it is. So the movie is just about in the last stages of being finished as shooting, but it's an interesting concept because it is about a pizza delivery boy, and therefore the name Pizza because it all starts with a pizza. The story, and it's about the pizza delivery boy and how things change for him in a night. And I play the lead opposite the guy, and it's a fun film to be with. It's going to be in 3D. It's a psychological thriller, and when I choose films, I want to be part of films that are a little different from what majority people would choose. So I think
Is that also because I read somewhere in a magazine that Yukta Mukhi it's very difficult to find work in the film industry, again, because of your height. Because there's just so many actors and they don't
No,
want to-
I beg to differ because Deepika Padukone, Anushka Sharma, and Sonakshi, Sonam Kapoor, they're all 5'9". They're all tall and they're doing pretty well. So I think that's just an excuse that, again, media has, played a role in,
We're like
in
the favorite
saying
whipping
that.
boys today. Questions? Yeah, that lady here in the orange sweater, please.
I'd like to ask, actually, in today's time, we see that sex appeal has become a very big thing. So I'd like to know, what is this connection between being a female, being beautiful, and having this sex appeal, and how should a woman project it in the right way? Thank you.
Very good question. Again, this concept of looking sexy and sex appeal, all of that again has been projected in a very negative manner to the crowd and to people in general. And I like I said, and that's I think the main reason why a lot of families in India refrain from sending their daughters into fashion or to films, because it's projected as the big bad world. I wouldn't deny the fact that it's a big bad world when it comes to competition. There's cutthroat competition, and it's there in every field. But not deviating from your question, it's very important for someone in this field to look a certain way. Like if an actor or an actress doesn't pay attention to what he or she is wearing at a particular event, they are bound to be written about it. If they look good, they will say, the media will say that, yeah, they anyways look good. They can carry anything. But if they make a small mistake, like today I was feeling a little awkward wearing boots over this suit, thinking that what would the media write about it? But no, I'm more comfortable wearing boots because I'm feeling cold. So it all depends on what you want to think about it. So I think I think an Indian woman can look as sexy in a sari, more sexy in a sari than in any other outfit. I think so it just all in people's mind, and it's also wrong for someone of an escapist attitude to say that it is because of women like us who walk on the ramp wearing the shortest of the clothes, showing off our bodies. It's because of that the men get provoked and rape women on the streets. I think that's a very wrong notion, and I think we need to change that. Because a woman on a road going to work will not wear clothes, which are like shorts or short skirts. Yes, a lot of youngsters do wear that, but that in no way is an excuse for a guy to go and say that just because she was wearing provocative clothes, we went and did something wrong. Children as young as 4 and 5-year-old have to go through trauma like that. What do they provoke? So I think our society needs to change in terms of what they think, and I think that's when the actual change will come into being.
Okay, final, absolutely final question. And a lot of people who have, spoken about pageants have asked this: why do all Miss Indias ultimately turn to the film industry?
No, not all Miss Indias turn into
Why do so
film
many of
industry.
them
So many of them, because I think I can only answer on my on my side. I would say I want to be a part of the film industry because I absolutely love films, watching movies, and I'm a very filmy person when it comes to even taking life in general.
What's the filmiest thing you've done?
A lot of things. Everything I do is filmy.
Like?
If you see my friends, if you ask my friends, if there is music on, I cannot sit idle. And if I'm going for an event, if there is music on, I cannot sit and not clap and enjoy. So I think there's film in everyone who every Indian, I think.
And that is your cue for? Can we have some music, please?
Yes. Why not? But I want every one of you to dance, because today I have noticed that, people are not clapping enough. Are you all feeling really cold, or have your hands frozen or something? Because I don't hear people cheering.
This is Mind Rock. It's not like Mind is so serious. So
yeah.
you can. Alright, so are we getting that music now?
Or are we getting more questions?
In the meantime, last question to that gentleman there. Sorry. Yes.
Okay.
Do we have the music as promised? Come on, go ahead.
यारों दा सारी कहना लोकां तो पुछदा फिरे चला हसदा फिरे चला रोंदा फिरे चला गली गली रुलदा फिरे चले तू सबदा चले तेरा कोई नहीं चला गली गली रुलदा फिरे.
Thank you so much.
Can I please call on Mr. T.M. Ramakrishnan, CEO Spice Mobiles, to give a small token of appreciation to Parvati and a huge round of applause.